Oop, oop, oop. We made it. Hello, dog. Are you a good boy today? Have you been good today?
Yes,
Almost.
yes. Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Well, while she gets ready, we did make the paper, and I do have to read this one today because it's the nudity one. And they did put the whole thing in. So I'll quick read it. I was sitting in the edge of my bed, wrapped in a towel, wearing slippers, waiting for my husband to get out of the shower, when I heard an awful noise coming from the doghouse right outside my window. When I looked, I saw a young pup had tried to jump the 6-foot fence and had gotten his collar caught in the twisted wire top of the chain link and was hanging there by the collar. Now that was an emergency. We do live back in the woods, and although running around in a towel is not normal, it can, on occasion, be necessary. I immediately ran to help. I got hold of the dog and tried to lift. I needed more lift, so I put my left toe in the chain link fence and had the dog more or less sitting on my knee while I steadied the pup with the top part of my hands. Needless to say, the towel had dropped to my feet and I was now wearing one slipper. I tried to lift it extra 2 inches to get the collar unhooked from the chain link. Although he was no longer strangling, I was getting nowhere. The pup probably weighed 75 to 100 pounds. So as I stood there wondering what to do next, up the driveway came the FedEx truck. As he pulled through the gate and deposited the packages, I called to him, "Mr. FedEx, could you please give me a hand?" He took one look and decided that yes, I certainly did need help, and he cheerfully came to my rescue. We lifted the dog off the fence, and I put the dog down on the ground, picked up my towel, and thanked the nice man for giving me a hand. He smiled and said not to worry, he wouldn't tell anybody. Somewhere there is a FedEx driver who smiles a lot. That's a true story. That's a true story. They changed the picture. They seem to have a supply of my pictures that I don't remember giving them. So, anyway, that's what that would. I don't know where you're collecting them.
I still have a box in there.
Well,
I've
you
been
got
collecting them
it.
in
You got it
Okay.
there. Okay, so here we have Planned Parenthood, which I do support them now and again. And then this is regional home care. Doesn't happen yet. We're not gonna. Do we have a box?
I don't have a box, but we do have a mat box here that's been here for quite a while that I think we should open.
If it stays here much longer, we'll just open it, right?
We'll just open it.
I have to figure out how to open the letter. There we go. Regional home care. Isn't that interesting? Huh, okay. That's from Dr. Buggy's office. I'd do something about that. It gets so confusing, you don't know who's what. I have that CPAP. And this machine is telling me it's tired. I mean, it came up on the thing saying, contact your supplier because this is going to break.
Oh.
That's what it said to me. But then you got to figure out who prescribed the thing. Well, that was about 18 years ago. I don't know. An awful long time ago. Of course, I don't know who it was. And now they're back to Dr. Muggy. Made it a long way. Nice guy. I like Dr. Muggy. I don't think I've seen him in about 47 years either.
Is that who wrote you the letter? So at
Yeah.
least he's still with
Sort
us.
of where are you so we can review your insurance and
Oh.
whatever.
Yeah. Let's open that.
Okay.
It's been here for a while.
Who is it?
I don't know. Don't know.
We don't
Been
know.
here for a while.
Okay. Okay. Oh my, okay, you don't get this. You can have
I
that.
get that one. That one's mine, not.
Here we have peppermint nuggets.
Nice.
That's not dogs. That's horses and things. Okay. From Schnauzer Mom. Well, thank you. Where are we going to put those now? Up on something. Dogs don't like peppermints, do they?
I don't think so, but
You never know. Why don't we put it up on that thing?
we can put it. Oh yeah. Well, Mo is gonna love those. That's for sure.
Oh, he's getting the...
Are you just helping yourself to all the bones? Okay, Schnauzer Mom, I apologize for. I'm sure I got your name wrong.
Oh.
How many of those you gonna take, Waka Waka? How many are you gonna take?
I'm out of it. Okay.
Okay. Put all my stuff away here. So what time you have to go and pick up Gwen?
I don't know. It's mid-afternoon, sort of.
Okay.
She's going to get to the mall.
Oh,
I really don't. I don't want to drive to the airport. Every time I go down there, they change where you go.
yeah,
And, I get confused enough, and I can't read the signs and, drive. And
yeah.
You know?
It is crazy there. So
the
she's
bus drivers are very good.
okay.
She has 2.5 minutes to make the bus from, if the plane is late, she's going to sit around for a while. She's just going to have to sit there.
It's like
She doesn't sit too
every
well.
half an hour on the hour, something like
No, it's every hour.
that. Every hour now.
No, I don't really know. It used to be every hour. Let's go that way.
There you go. All right.
Answer questions properly.
Oh, Connie. Driggers Bundy Stewart. Okay. Carlene went to my rumor.
Ologist.
Okay. My left hand chose not to work. Big old shot. Anyway, brought my calendar and wore my shirt. Thanks, Lynn. I showed her calendar. When she got to you and Jimmy, she said that your sis. She said, "Is that your sister?" I thanked her for the compliment. Then the doctor came, got the same thing when she arrived. Love you, Carlene.
Huh. Oh,
All right.
Okay.
Sniddles asked, "Did the computers get fixed today?" Well, it's funny you ask. Our technician, computer guy, our go-to man, was supposed to be here this morning at 9. He called me at 8 and said that he had been throwing up all night and
Oh, dear.
did not want to share it with us, which
No.
I appreciate. So,
We already got it.
right, exactly. We've both been through it. So I went in today, did some configurations, and knock on wood, we have had this computer up and running all day. So I did the same thing I did to this computer in the other computer. We'll see. And we'll see if this is still working tomorrow. So, no, the computers didn't get fixed today, but yes, they did. For how long, I'm not sure. So, Crafty says, "Lynn, hope you are feeling better today." I am. I am still tired, but I am feeling much better. Sniddles asked, "Can the hay rack, that manger down below, can that be lowered or adjusted? Do you know? Do you know anything about that?"
Why?
Well, she's saying that the little ones like Maybelline and the little donkeys have a hard time reaching it. But there is, if it falls from the manger, it falls into a trough, which they can get into.
Oh, sure. It's all over the ground.
Yeah.
The little ones don't need much food.
True.
They can easily live
True.
with what's on the ground, and I would prefer they did, because otherwise they're just all going to walk in it,
Yeah.
ruin it.
Yeah. That is
So, they do very. The thing you have to be careful of is the water. As long as they can reach the water,
true. And that they can.
they can. But something like a bathtub, you got to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
We no longer have the bathtub there, but when it was there, we didn't have anything that small. But That's where you hang a water bucket. The water buckets are usually hung where small animals can't reach them.
Mm-hmm.
So you just have to be careful.
Mm-hmm. So Lila May would like to know, do we need more fluffies?
I don't think so.
I think we're good. I know that we cleaned out a lot of them that were in the barn, gave them to Amy and Jackie, who are diligently using them for their quilts for this Christmas.
He does chew them up regularly.
He just shreds them, just pulls.
Just stresses them.
Mm-hmm.
So that Amy and Jackie can make more. He prepares them for Amy and Jackie.
And they appreciate it.
Yes, they like that.
Yes, as long as he's not eating them, we're good. Indy Dunes would like to know, how was your Wednesday?
I don't know. Did I do anything? I went to the school.
Mm-hmm.
I tried to follow up on a couple things. I didn't get anything, nothing spectacular.
Right. Well, we were going to look at a kennel, but we have to wait now until possibly Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah.
Yes, she suggested that maybe those dogs that he has.
Yes, those are those shepherds, those police dogs.
Yes.
Starts with an M.
Malamutes.
Malamutes.
Malmoyas, or I don't know.
Yeah.
They are tough dogs.
Yeah, they are.
Which is a riot because she's got pit bulls. She calls them Staffordshire Terriers.
Well, yeah,
They're pit bulls.
yeah, in a sense. That's so that
And her mother,
that must be a very active place
I know.
then.
Big kennel.
I'm really intrigued.
her mother uses the pit bulls in pulling contests like you do with horses.
Oh,
And she had a couple railroad ties in her yard with a weight thing on it, and practiced with the dogs pulling these heavy, and they could do it.
oh, I bet they're strong.
Speaking of railroad ties, the first thing I look at in the morning now is this recycling thing, repositioning, or whatever it is. I've sent it around, of the commercial type extra stuff. And this morning it was railroad ties. And you can buy a railroad tie, 36-inch railroad tie, for about $70
Mm-hmm.
for fireplaces. You know, there's a lot of things people are doing with them.
We used them for retaining walls.
Yeah.
We've had a whole bunch at my old house, and we just did a whole big retaining wall with them. But
Yeah, they're
heavy?
Heavy. I had two here when I had the caboose here.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to drag him into place. I had a mule here at the time that would drag things around. So I had to drag him in place with that. But you try and get them parallel with a mule. That's not too happy about it. It took me a while, but we got there.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, those are tough. Crafty says, please remind the cam op that Dog of the Week is at 3 p.m. on Wednesday afternoon to turn the camera. Chris did the best he could today with Deanna while the camera was turned on the kennels. Please let him know that we heard him today and he did a great job. We know Thursday Trainer Talk has been canceled until further notice. That was just an oversight, and I'm sure that things are fine. I actually did already tell Chris, I had an email from another person and told Chris that people were listening, they just couldn't see him and his new style haircut.
Yeah.
Yep. Schnauzer Mom says, wow, that was sent a long time ago, thanks. Yeah, it's been sitting here for a few days. Matt just hasn't been up here. So, but we'll bring them we'll bring them down.
And tell them, etc.
Yep. Hi. Oh, what is it, my love? Crafty says, there are several camel people who are concerned about Callie in Kennel 10. She seems restless the last 2 days. Has she been checked to see if she's going into heat or may have a UTI infection? She is actually going to be spayed tomorrow. I've checked on her numerous times, and it almost seems like she's trying to get Wallace to get up so that she can get up on that higher,
Yeah.
and he's not budging. So she kind of just sits there and she kind of rocks back and forth a little bit like she's nodding off, but doesn't want to lie down because she wants to be where he is. But I found absolutely nothing wrong with her. So she is going into the doctor's tomorrow to be spayed. and they'll check her over at the same time.
Oh my God.
Carlene, would you please push your chair under the desk when you finish so we have a good view of the dogs? I will make sure that the chairs are all pushed in so you'll be able to see the lovely, lovely kids. Crafty wants to know, will SDP be participating in the tree ornament project this year? It's funny you ask, because I was asked, are we going to be participating in the trees over at Marini's again this year? And
Marini's are up there.
We switched over to Marini's. I've been asked to do that one, but you know my past with the Festival of Trees, and I just prefer not to be there because.
Okay.
But we did Marini's last year, and it was for the Ipswich
Humane Society?
Humane Group.
Yeah.
And I think that we're going to do it again this year. So I would say yes, Crafty, but we will need everybody's help with the ornaments. So start sending them in. Indy Dune says, how was Callie? She seemed restless. We went over that already. Oh, okay. So Anita Fio says, I have a load of old railroad ties. When Conrail ran the local freight line, they used to toss old rails down the bank into my woods, also into our creek. CSX is much better about cleaning up after themselves, but I have enough old ones to do all kinds of things. Garden edging, steps cut into hillside going down the creek, and so on. Yeah.
Right. They have arsenic in them or what?
I was gonna just ask you what's in it. It's tacky. It's
creosote.
Almost like it's a creosote.
Creosote.
Yep. Yeah. Tacky.
And they don't like to have them any more creosote.
Who knew?
I mean, when I was putting in posts around here, you want a great big one in the corner, you want a railroad tie. You had to go out of your way to find a creosoted railroad tie.
Yeah.
But some people had them, and they're worth money.
Yep.
Hey, horse people will buy them.
Really?
They're not supposed to, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah. 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 It smells. The creosote smells. I remember my mom did one of those fences that kind of like a corner fence down into the ground, and she had us paint the creosote at the bottom. What are you doing?
Just fluffing it up. Just getting it ready for Amy.
UCLA mom asked, does Haley still work there? Yes, she actually puts in her 40 hours a week. She works Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, 10-hour days. Okay.
You got a problem there, dog. Why don't you just lie down? What the hell do you think they're doing?
So I Googled one time, why do dogs spin in circles before lying down? And what it told me was dogs in the wild used to do that to make sure there were no snakes or anything in the leaves in their bedded area.
They dig it up and it's cleaner.
Yep. So when my dogs do this at night, my husband sits up and says, there are no snakes! Lie down!
Hey, there you go.
And that's pretty much the same
It
noise
also
they
curls their tail right.
Oh.
There's a lot of theories on the whole thing.
Fluffy asked, are you guys going to need us to make ornaments? Yes, Fluffy, that would be wonderful if you would like to do that. So, I remember last year the tree could only be 5 feet.
So what do? We buy a tree?
Or we find one donated. That's what we ended up doing. Somebody donated one last year. It was like just a
real
little,
tree?
No, it was like just a 5 foot.
Oh, okay.
And then we decorate it, and people kind of go with they buy tickets, and they put in how many ever tickets that, and then they draw one, and that person wins that tree. But, and all the stuff goes to the
I see.
Humane. Is Kelly coming to the kitchen after her? Oh, Fluffy wants to know, is Kelly coming to the kitchen after her surgery? Look at the way it wrote that. She is actually going to go with a volunteer home for a couple of days.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
That's a good thing.
So Anita Fio says creosote on the ties doesn't smell as if they are as old as these.
That could be.
There you go. But it keeps them from rotting. I only put them in places where I am not growing vegetables. Yeah. All right. And Karen M, I've already went there. She is going to a volunteer is taking her home for a couple of days while she begins her recovery. So, all right, that looks like that's it. What's for dinner?
I don't think I need dinner.
No?
I offered you half the sandwich, but you never answered me, so I gave it to Janine.
No, that's fine. No, that's fine. I brought my sandwich.
Well, you said you better start eating your lunch, and I think
I have to stop bringing a lunch, so
eating
I'm
and
not-
drinking.
and drinking my water.
Drinking the water. There's also cider in there, which is damn good.
Mm-hmm.
That's painless fluid to drink.
Yeah. I just have to keep.
I don't think soda counts.
No.
Oh.
No, I have to keep pounding down the water because that is. You're supposed to drink so much water a day and percentage of your body weight and all this other fun stuff, and I don't drink crap for water.
Water. I watched Dr. Paul,
Okay.
and he had a tiny little horse. And he said that horse needed 5 gallons of water a day.
Wow.
It was the size, it was smaller than the dog. But the problem was it was a lower bucket, the higher bucket lower. And the thing got dehydrated and got sick. And that was his diagnosis. Lower the bucket and he did say 5 gallons that needs to consume that.
Wow. A day.
Yeah, that's a lot. That weighs as much as,
Yeah. That's a lot. That definitely is a lot.
So I'm very careful not to have a cup of coffee in the morning before I weigh myself.
I've been watching this show kind of like a Dr. Paul, but it's exotic animals where they don't do dogs and cats. They don't do horses or cows. It's like monkeys, bunnies, hedgehogs.
Yeah.
Very informative.
Yeah.
Very, very informative. But it just...
It's in Florida or something.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Crazy
It's
lady. Operates on fish.
Yes.
I saw that, yeah.
Yeah. But I'm finding it very fascinating. The things like I didn't know that a rabbit has a liver with 5 lobes on it and one can torque.
Oh.
And just like the dogs, when their stomach twists, the bunnies do that, a lobe in their liver, and they go in and they just snip it right out. I'm like, wow.
I got it interesting when they had these snakes in.
Yep.
They put the snake in a pipe.
Oh.
I don't know what show it was, but they get the snake started down the pipe and then they kind of hold it there, and then they can do anything they want with the tail end of the pipe because the head's in that thing.
Oh,
That was
smart.
very clever.
That's very clever. Yeah, they had a boa constrictor who was egg bound. She had laid 21 eggs, but still had 5 more left in her, so they had to go and do like a C-section on a snake. And then the guy who came to pick up the snake, because it was his, afterwards, after the surgery and everything was done, he goes, "Oh, I have a surprise for you." He has a Tupperware container, and he brings it to her, and the vet opens it up, and there was a baby boa constrictor, red-tailed boa constrictor, and it had 2 heads.
Oh.
And they're all like, wow! Me, I'd be in the nearest car driving down the road. I have this phobia of snakes, but they're like, wow, that's so cool. So they had to x-ray it to see, did they both share, how much, which head are you supposed to feed? And, things like that I've never thought of before, but yeah. It had 2 hearts.
Really?
2 hearts, but the whole digestive system was 1. So again, what head
They came out of both heads?
Yep.
Food?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
I'm like, wow. It was just fascinating. That's what puts me to sleep at night. I watch these shows.
Well, that's a good one. The zoo stuff, I think, is fascinating.
Oh, I haven't hit that yet.
The zoo one. The Columbus Zoo is good. But the zoo in Sydney, Australia,
Mm-hmm.
where they do an awful lot of training. And they spend hours teaching an elephant to put his foot up here so they can polish his toenails, or, you know. And they do experimental things like having two elephants learn that they can get the treat that they're hooked to only if they pull at the same time.
Oh.
That was interesting to watch them convey that to the elephants. And the elephants got it.
Huh. They're supposedly very smart.
They're supposed to be very smart.
Yeah.
You know, are we smart enough to be able to deal with them?
Right.
You know?
Right. Right. Are they smarter than us? That's the
They,
key.
they line up to have their ears cleaned, their
Yeah.
x-rays, and
That's interesting.
the cats. And the rhinoceros with the big horn thing,
Yep.
staying there with his mouth wide open so they can clean his teeth.
Oh, wow.
You know, they do odd things.
Wow. Wow. Huh. No, that's my next one. Once I'm done
I
with
don't
the
know what channel
exotics.
it's on. I run into it.
Yeah. Well, you get different channels than I do. This is a prescription one that I've been
There's so many
watching.
channels. And when you're looking for something, you can only get the commercials. So you have to sit there for 5 minutes worth of commercials to see whether you're on the right, no. I only know 2 or 3 channels, and that's what I watch.
Yep. Yep. There you go. Wonderful. All right. Let's see. Oh, we have 3 more questions. Lila May says, reminder to take your pills tonight.
No, I haven't.
Okay.
I will do that. I now have the yogurt necessary to do that.
Good.
I was out of it for a while.
Are these the little individual yogurts?
The little.
And how are you? Are you good at opening them? Because when I open them, it kicks back at me.
I haven't had that trouble yet.
Clearly, I have different problems than you do, including dog hair in
I
my
can
feet.
stick my finger right in them and make a hole. And drink the stuff.
Okay. BJ Moose asks, any guidelines for ornament makers? No, just keep in mind, it's only a little 5-foot tree, so I don't need something big. Gammy wants to know, does Stacy still come to SDP? No, she has moved on. And Lila May, will the teepee be taken down?
Yes. Yeah, you lose a lot with the snow on it.
So we may take that down around the same time the pond
Yeah.
things come up.
It's not up correctly anyway,
Oh,
because we never overlapped the front part, so we better take it down anyway. So
can we leave the structure itself up?
Oh, you can. I don't know what's necessary. It only takes a good woman an hour to put the damn thing up.
Clearly, I'm not a good woman.
I know. Took men 3 days.
There you
And then
go.
they got it up wrong. But that's close.
There you go. Oh, Fluffy says, Animal World is fascinating indeed. It absolutely is.
It's much more fascinating than Congress.
Oh, yeah.
I can't take it.
Yeah, like I said, that's what just relaxes me at night, and
Well, that's not what relaxes me. I think it's the brandy. I've gotten back on the brandy.
there you go. Well, it is.
And I
getting to-
already have about 5 bottles, so don't send me any more.
Oh, there you go.
I've got a good stash.
Very good. All right. Well, that is it, guys. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you tomorrow,
Tomorrow?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. You're stuck with me again tomorrow.
Okay. My daughter will be here.
Okay.
So when you start seeing an extra person around, that's her.
Mm-hmm.
And she's going to organize the kitchen, so you will see at least the bottom half of her.
Oh boy.
She's a tyrant.
Yeah. Wow.
She's a tyrant.
Then we can start sending her to like
Huh?
different other buildings and start organizing the other buildings.
Well, that's what she's hired to do, officially, I think,
Really?
is organize stuff.
She'd hate my closet. All right. Have a good night, guys.
Bye.